in the Western world, the 21st century, Christmas means many things to many people. Some see it as a time for giving and charity, a season of togetherness with family and friends. Cynics see it as a cheap excuse for capitalism to do its dirty thing, enveloping the oinking swine that populate this postmodern hellscape in an enchanting red and green mist of consumerism, resulting in chaotic bacchanals of spending, with only the minor side effects of seasonal affective disorder and sometimes violent, misdirected angst.
That was great.
All of this, of course, misses the true meaning of the holiday, the pagan meaning of the holiday. Yes, for the extreme climes of old Europe, the beginning of winter meant that it was time to put down the scythes and hoes and pick up a pile of wool, and you better get to spinning. Idle hands. It's not just a movie with The Offspring in it. If you had kids that somehow emerged undiseased from their first few years of life, eating a steady diet of fecal matter, those kids would be loud and running around the dark hovel, annoying you while you were at your labors. So, how do you keep them quiet during the winter? Well, you could just let nature and statistics take their course. That'll probably be dead soon, likely of poop disease. But as long as they're here, and they're little incorrigible banshees that must be silenced. So it's time for some good old-fashioned make-em-ups. So I've got some scary Christmas tales. So, you know what? Fucking the Grinch, even Krampus. That's old news.
We're bypassing Krampus here.
Oh, wow, you're Krampus.
So you're Krampus.
Wow. You live in the woods in Austria. Crazy.
Who else was in this recording studio?
So I've got some scary Christmas tales. Many of these predate Christianity in Northern Europe. Nevertheless, they mostly got rolled into the Christian mythology like the holiday itself, or remained completely unaffected by the introduction of the Son of Man's doctrine beginning in the 8th century. So now, the Goods from the Woods presents some spooky holiday legends.
The Icelandic Christmas tradition tells tales of the Yule lads, 13 gigantic, deformed, and dirty trolls that cause chaos across the frozen island between December 11th and the 24th.
The Yule lads.
The Yule lads.
It's 13 of them.
And and guess what they're prone to doing? Light crimes like thievery, vandalism, spoon licking, sheep stealing, sometimes murder. I'm trying to read it like Rivers does.
So there was some things on the website where they're listing the 13 Yule lads and like the shit they do, and one of them's like the spoon licker, the sausage stealer, and then literally the last guy's just like the murderer. It's like, let's talk about this guy.
The
You four-flushing son of a whore.
It's like that kind of, and they all have like inscrutably long like Icelandic names. It's fucking awesome.
Hide your sausages, everyone.
You gotta watch out.
Okay, so over the years, the Icelanders, I don't know, what do you call them?
The Icelandic people.
The Icelandic people, they've tried to sanitize and make these people family friendly. It's now more like Santa, I guess, lovable, bearded, jolly. They're not really like scary or troublemakers, but there was no way to make their mother less scary. Easily one of the most terrifying characters in mythology across the world, Gryla is a giantess who collects whispers throughout the years of children's misbehavior.
Whoa. So like all the shit I read was like, she listens to the wind, and anytime a kid is bad, she knows it.
Collects whispers.
So she's like God or Santa Claus in a way.
Yeah.
Like an evil Santa, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because depending on who you ask, no one knows how she looks, apparently, because this is a made-up character. But also, apparently some people say she has 300 heads, 15 tails, possibly fangs and claws like a monkey, or maybe hooves like a horse, and that she has a beard. And sometimes horns. So it sounds like this
on which of her 300 heads does she have?
Yeah, I mean,
it alternates.
If she has a beard, this kind of just sounds like evil Santa Claus in every sense of the way.
But with 300 heads.
Yeah, it's like one head looks like Groucho Marx, one head looks like Fred Durst. It's just like she's got 300.
And apparently she has a sidekick. And of course she has a sidekick because it's a Santa Claus ripoff.
Yeah,
sure.
She lives in a mountainous cave with a 12-foot tall child-eating black cat known as the Christmas cat. They really didn't try to name very hard.
I saw alternately the Yule cat, but
Yule cat.
I liked the Christmas cat just because it sounds so innocent. But no, it's a child-eating cat.
So
it's a Christmas cat.
So instead of collecting whispers, for some reason now they're seeking out the misbehaving children.
Well, she knows she's got like a GPS homing device. She knows where they are. You can't run.
So according to legend, the 12-foot tall cat would eat your children in half. And that she kept a bag filled with hundreds of disrespectful children that she would boil alive to sustain her until the following winter.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is the shit that, the consumerism ruins, man.
Do you still think
bag?
they tell kids about that part? Or is that just the weird uncle thing where they come in and, they're like, okay, time to scare you before Christmas.
This is why they have a lower murder rate, because we're just like, Cole. Get Cole.
Cole, I'm going to shoot my mother.
And the thing is, I think they have stopped doing this according to this next paragraph because Gryla was becoming so terrifying for children. The parliament of the country outlawed the use of her as a scare tactic for naughty kids.
You're not allowed
to threaten to murder your kids anymore because of this fake woman.
I fucking love that.
I mean, look, that's censorship, right?
Yeah.
But it's still a better country that they're passing laws on Christmas traditions.
Right. Don't torture your kids with mind games.
And then the guys who loved Gryla were obviously very upset and passive aggressive about this.
Oh yeah,
because it turns out they rewrote lyrics of the songs and rhymes where Gryla and the Christmas cat died of hunger because the Icelandic children were so well behaved. There was nothing for them to eat. They really went catty on them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we'll be petty. So you want Gryla to die?
She had nothing to boil.
And also they added in some parts in the verses about how they will actually rise from the dead if kids are bad.
I like that. They still have a pull in case of emergency.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing with kids in the U.S. is haunting them with folklore.
This is how you would rebel against the parliament in 18th century Iceland.
You're
like, okay, I'll change the lyrics, but
yeah.
This is silent protest.
Yeah. we're gonna storm the Capitol so we can tell scary stories.
And apparently now they kind of display a Disney-fied version of the Christmas cat. Next to their Santas and other Christmas ornaments. So if you live in Iceland and you can give us a Christmas cat, that'd be cool.
I believe I've sent stickers to Iceland. I think we've got
well, they
a listener
fucking
there.
owe us.
Yeah.
You owe us sending a really big, expensive package.
Yeah. What do you got, Prateek?
All right. Frau Perchta. that sounds like a line you need.
Yeah.
Frau Perchta, also known as the spinning room lady, is often depicted with a gigantic beak nose made out of iron.
Yeah.
The original Iron Woman.
Fuck yeah, dude.
She dressed in rags, carries a cane, and generally resembles a decrepit old crone.
I feel like I've seen this character drawn before.
Yeah, this one actually goes across a lot of cultures. They have a similar thing in Italy. They have a similar thing in Eastern Europe, but I chose the German-French version because it was the funniest.
Frau Perchta flies through the Alps during Christmas time with an army of zombies in tow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
I would really not look forward to Christmas.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, army of zombies is cooler than a Christmas cat.
Yeah. Flying zombies, too.
Zombies.
Yeah.
This isn't worth a Nintendo 64.
I'll settle for a Dreamcast.
I'm sorry I called you gay, Mom.
You're gay.
I'll pick up my socks now.
Tyler, go to your room. The zombie army's going to come flying to your room, Tyler.
Not marching, flying.
You're going to get Ed, you dumbass.
Every bad kid is named Tyler.
I've met some bad ones.
Some bad ones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's on the hunt for lazy, good-for-nothing women.
That's right.
Not just kids, but for women.
That's right.
Good-for-nothing women who haven't finished all their weaving before the holidays. She's a slave driver. All right. This is
dude.
Gotta get that weaving done.
I love that.
The zombies come in, they're like, I'm sick of you running your damn mouth all the time. You should be basket weaving.
Less talky, more weavy.
I love that one because most of them are for kids, but that one's for your wife when she's lazy.
So this seems like your wife would know better. Like, this isn't true, but maybe you were marrying children back then.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
The zombies are like Ben Stiller and Abby Gilmore.
Oh, this is Kathy Gifford. Okay, she's from a sweatshop.
Wow, it was a quality operation.
One of those zombies. Iron nose. Wow.
The best pair of jeans I got.
In Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, there were numerous tales of Frau Perchta trampling and even setting fire to the half-spun fibers.
That's right.
So if he didn't finish, he kills the work.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's either all full or not spun. All right. You're supposed to leave out a bowl of porridge for her. But if you have a messy house, she will come into your bedroom while you're sleeping and disembowel you with a long knife.
So
Wow.
this is just
just
an
domestic
abusive
violence, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
better have my porridge ready, or else.
You better straighten up and fly right.
All right, we figured out John Wick 5. That's what that is.
This is like if you don't leave cookies out, Santa will skull fuck you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She will pull. Okay, not just with the disembowelment. She will also pull your guts out and stuff your abdomen with straw, rocks, and garbage before stiffing you up and moving on to the next victim. All right.
Oh my god.
yeah,
So
dude.
this is just a domestic violence excuse.
Taxidermist kind of. Yeah.
The cops show up and you're like, I don't know, it was the horde of zombies, I think.
All these death metal bands come from Scandinavia,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. Well,
we go.
this is like West Germany too. Like if you read the original Grimm's Brothers fairy tales,
Oh.
you know, like the evil sisters in Cinderella literally like cut their toes off to fit their shit in the glass slipper. Like that's in the original.
In one story, Perchta attends a wedding that she wasn't invited to. That's weddings. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'll tell you what, she's kind of like the Vince Vaughn of all these holiday demons that kill children.
And then she curses the wedding party. She curses the bridegroom and all in attendance to live the rest of their days as wolves.
That's right. She turns everyone into wolves.
wolf.
Okay, that sounds cool,
Yeah,
actually.
she's got zombies and wolves. Yeah.
Can't do Owen Wilson.
Owen Wolferson. All right. She doesn't just punish lazy women. Bad kids aren't safe either. Errant children get tossed in her sack and carted off
This is a deadbeat dad creation.
with their
son.
legs dangling. Because that's the image we need, just dangling legs.
Yeah.
And this is a warning to others. All right. Today, the legend of Frau Perchta lives on in the Perchtenlauf, a masked procession full of noise-making fireworks and people, generally men, dressed as terrible
really?
beasts with large hearts. Generally men. These Perchant or followers of Perchta serve to frighten away the cold evil spirits by out-uglying them.
Wow.
So you get to also call your wife ugly in this tradition.
Well, it's like I guess they have a parade where you dress up as a horrifying beast and just make noise, and it's to celebrate this flying witch, but it's mostly guys doing it, so it's just a nuisance to everyone. Like,
And you better have their porridge ready.
yeah,
And their baskets weaved. They're all hell's breaking loose.
yeah.
I will toss you in my sack.
When I get home from my screaming parade, my shit better be on the table.
I want to see no socks on the floor.
No half-spun socks.
No half-spun socks.
Full socks.
Jesus.
I'm going to Devil Night, woman. I'll see you.
screaming devil night.
I'll see you in the early hours when I come home.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, I'll feed her Zane, bitch.
Ta-ta.
This, I guess it would entice you more to behave than just getting a gift.
Yeah. Or absence of a gift.
Oh, fuck. What's the last one you got there, Carter?
The legend of Hans Trapp is well known in the French regions of Alsace and Lorraine. He is a lesson to be learned in what happens when you stray from God, turn to the devil, and become obsessed with wealth and power.
Oh,
Good things to know. Hans lived in the 1400s and was very rich and powerful, but he was also merciless and feared by the people who lived in Alsace. He got obsessed with power and started making deals with the devil. The Pope found out about it and excommunicated him. As a result, he was shunned from his community. Hans was banished, stripped of his titles, lands, and money. He resorted to living in the mountains of Bavaria and dedicated himself to practicing black magic and the occult.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know,
More people need to do this nowadays.
Yeah. He used to be a jock and now he's an emo. Yeah.
yeah. You know, you get let go from your job and
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, flirt around with a little Wiccan what you have it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Midlife Wiccan crisis.
Yeah.
Wiccan, midlife Wiccan crisis.
A little computer duster.
Yeah, it's a
Wiccan
computer duster. Hit up some of those Silver Lake witches on
That's right on
the Tumble and the Bumble and the Instagram.
on Toil and Tumble.
On Toil and Trouble. Yeah.
That's the new app.
He eventually lost his mind from isolation.
Ooh, that happens.
Hans went from obsessing over power to wanting revenge on those who wronged him. He also had a hankering for human flesh.
Oh, who'd have thunk?
Oh boy.
Well, he's in the occult now.
Yeah.
I don't know how one acquires a hankering for human flesh, but
You got to convince. It's like one of those things where you decide you're going to start smoking cigars, even though it tastes like shit.
I like
And
the
you're
look
like,
of it.
no, I like it. I actually like it.
I want to look like George Burns. I feel like I have like my spirit animal is George Burns.
There's certain things you just have to decide you're into before you ever do it.
Fucking A, right. Like jazzercising. One day, he stuffed his clothing with straw and disguised himself as a scarecrow and placed himself along the road. A 10-year-old boy from the village walked by and Hans stabbed him. Oh, God. Oh, boy.
I like that he went to the process of doing the scarecrow act. Like, you could have just jumped out at the wood. He's dead. He's not going to be able to run from you.
No, that's how you can tell he's fucking devious. He's
Yeah.
like, I got to trick him, too.
Yeah.
I'll make him think I'm a thing that every kid loves. A scarecrow.
He sliced the boy into tiny pieces and cooked his flesh.
All right.
Good God. Child murderer cannibal. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
But before he could eat him, he was struck with a divine lightning bolt and his head exploded. So he killed the kid, unfortunately.
Yeah, the kid is dead, but God was mad after the fact.
Yeah.
And exploded his head like scanners.
Well, it's not like Minority Report where God knows what's going to happen. You know, oh, wait, actually it is. If
Yeah.
you think about it.
Yeah. They're
Well, God's a little late. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like he had like on like the lobster bib and everything. He was ready to eat kid.
Yeah.
Some college student across the town was praying about a test they need to pass.
Today, his spirit lingers, and this is a story you would tell your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Today it lingers.
Today, his spirit lingers, and he lives on dressed as a sentient scarecrow. Because Hans is stuck in this sort of purgatory, God has forced him to work with Santa Claus to earn redemption.
Oh, boy.
I love that God has a deal with Santa
Yeah.
where he sends the demons to work with him.
Santa's like, so you're the child murderer. Oh, I don't know how I get fucked over by God like this.
Yeah. That seems like Santa got
Oh.
the shit into that stick.
Oh, I try to spread joy to children, and apparently God thinks I want to hang out with a child eater.
Exploded cannibals with exploded heads.
Yeah. Well, I guess you got your time to pay off. Oh.
He's like his probation officer. basically.
Santa gives the good kids presents, and Hans punishes the naughty kids.
That's right.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, is that a D+ I see on that test, Billy?
Yeah.
Time to stab you.
Time to murder that child. That little clip's going to be used by AI to discredit me in the future. Hans' trap is a warning to children to be good, or he will use his scarecrow disguise to stab and eat them if they don't change their ways.
I was like, at this point, you're a dead ghost that can somehow gain enough sentience to murder a child. Why do you need the disguise still?
Yeah.
And if you had a habit of hugging scarecrows beforehand, I would just stop doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, well,
Sometimes you don't have any friends.
Yeah.
You start naming your scarecrow, talking to him, trying to throw the ball around, but you kind of just hit him.
I used to do that. I used to
yeah.
name my scarecrow Shrek.
Oh.
But yeah, that's some Christmas monsters.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex Matsuo writing for Spooky Stuff, Austin Harvey writing for All That's Interesting, Mary McGill writing for Vice, The Boroughs of the Dead, and Famous Monsters of Filmland and Mystic Iceland.
Scary. Didn't realize
Scary.
Christmas was that scary.
Yeah, well, you guys know about Krampus, right?
Yeah.
That's like old hat now. And I was reading these, I was like, God, that's so much fucking gnarlier, dude.
Gnarlier.
A woman who flies around with an army of zombies just punishing lazy women. That's so much more
Not even
fucked
naughty
up.
people. Just like
Just lazy people.
there's a lot of innocent murdering going on. Like you'd think it would just be like the naughty kids and naughty.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
No, like we're killing innocent people too.
Oh, yeah.